But we as a continent have now defined ourselves.
In the news, federal government threatens protesters, says security agents ready for eventuality. Panic as NURTW members clash at Obalende. And across Africa, Africa's oil states face huge losses by 2040. On the international scene, India and China to pull back from disputed border. And in business, federal government to convert 10 trillion naira ways and means loan into 30-year bond, says DMO. In sports, Infantino calls for expanded Club World Cup. Details shortly. Hello, welcome to TOS TV, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I'm Musa Isesele, and this is TOS News 360. Nigeria's Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, at a press conference said the government strongly wants those who are planning to reoccupy Lekki Tollgate on Saturday to desist. Security agents are ready for any eventuality, Mohammed said. Some Nigerian youths have scheduled a new protest tagged Occupy Lekki Tollgate for Saturday over the handover of the Lekki Tollgate, where Nigerian forces opened fire on unarmed protesters last October to its owners, Lekki Concession Company. Members of the judicial panel set up by the Lagos State government to investigate the October 2020 Lekki shooting voted 5-4 in favor of the handover on Saturday. The youth, however, kicked against this decision by the judicial panel to hand over the toll gate back to LCC for repairs and to begin operations without granting justice to the victims of the October 20 incidents. Jima Buhari, the spokesman for the Lagos State Chairman of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Musiliu Akinsoya, aka MC Olomo, has said men of a rival union in the state attacked NURTW officials in the Obalende area in a bid to take over the park. He said there are more than one transport unions in the state. He said operatives of a rival union, the Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria, stormed NURTW Park in Obalende this morning with weapons in order to take over toll collection at the park. The development caused chaos in the ever-busy area as motorists and commuters scampered for safety. Each of the unions has its own garage that is operating within, but Road Employee Union, whose members put on yellow uniform, went to attack our men who put on a white and green uniform. One of them was caught and handed over to the police, and he said it was the chairman of RTEN, Musa Mohammed, who sent them to take over NURTW garage at Obalende. The spokesperson for Lagos State Police Command, Muyiwa Adejobi, confirmed the incident and that normalcy has been restored to Obalende. Former Governor of Lagos State, Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, is dead. He reportedly died on Thursday at the age of 91. Jakonde, aka Baba Kekere, brought a lot of development to Lagos as governor between October 1st, 1979 and December 31st, 1983, in line with the 5 cardinal programs of the Unity Party of Nigeria, founded by former Premier of the Western Region, Chief Obafemi Awolowo. With gratitude to God for a worthy life well spent in the service of Lagos State, Nigeria, and humanity, I announce the death of a venerable statesman, outstanding politician, public administrator, and the first civilian governor of Lagos State, Alhaji Lateef Kayode Jakonde, Sanwo-Olu tweeted on Thursday. Sanwo-Olu said Jakonde's record of service as a journalist of repute and a leader of remarkable achievements as governor of Lagos State will remain indelible for generations to come. This is a digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching TOS News 360. Up next, developments across Africa after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back and thanks for staying tuned. Oil and gas producing countries, including several in Africa, face a multi-trillion-dollar hole in their government revenue as the world cuts back on fossil fuels, according to a report by the think tank Carbon Tracker. It estimates the cumulative total revenue loss by 2040 will be $13 trillion in 2020 dollars. For 7 countries, including Angola, Equatorial Guinea, and South Sudan, the predicted loss is at least 40%. For another 12, including Algeria, Chad, Congo, Gabon, Libya, and Nigeria, it is in the range of 20% to 40%. The report suggests that these countries should be held to diversify their economies and reduce dependence on fossil fuels. Such assistance will reduce the risk of instability and social unrest, as well as help to curb rising temperatures, it says. The Somali government has rejected Kenya's 4th request to postpone for the hearing of a maritime case between the two countries at International Court of Justice (ICJ). The information minister says justice delayed is justice denied. Osman Jube tweeted, adding that they should all head to The Hague next month, come what may. The dispute is over the ownership of a 100,000 square kilometer triangle in the Indian Ocean thought to be rich in oil and gas reserves. Somalia took the case to the ICJ in 2014, asking the global court to determine its maritime boundary with Kenya. The case was last postponed in May 2020 because of the coronavirus pandemic, and the court is set to hear arguments from both sides between 15th and 9th of March. Still across Africa, Human Rights Watch has accused the Ethiopian military of indiscriminately shelling urban centers during the conflict in the northern region of Tigray last November. The US-based group said the attacks violated the laws of war and urged the government to investigate. The government has not immediately reacted to the accusations, but has previously defended the conduct of its forces. Homes, schools, hospitals, and marketplaces were not spared when artillery was fired indiscriminately towards Tigray's towns and cities, according to the report. 83 civilians, including children, were killed, and more than 300 others were wounded, Human Rights Watch alleges. The authorities in Congo-Brazzaville have submitted the names of 8 presidential aspirants to the Constitutional Court for validation ahead of the 21 March election. President Denis Sassou Nguesso will face 7 challengers, including former Finance Minister Mathias Dizon and Guy Brice Parfait Colelas, the son of a former Prime Minister. The constitution was changed in a referendum in 2015 to remove term and age limits. Sassou Nguesso, 77, is seeking a 4th term. He has been in power since 1979, except for a 5-year period after losing elections in 1992. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching TOS News 360. Up next, stories from the international scene after the break. Welcome back. On the international scene, India and China are to pull back troops from part of their disputed Himalayan border in what's seen as a breakthrough following a deadly clash in June. India's defense minister said the move to withdraw troops in Ladakh was the result of unsustained talks between the nuclear-armed neighbors. His remarks came a day after a similar announcement from China. Tensions have been high since the clash that left 20 Indian soldiers dead and a number of reported Chinese fatalities. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh told India's parliament that since September, both sides had been communicating through military and diplomatic channels. He said that after 9 rounds of meetings between senior military commanders, we have been able to reach an agreement on disengagement in the north and south bank of the Pangkong Lake. A spokesperson for the Chinese Ministry of National Defense said on Wednesday that a synchronized and organized disengagement from Pangkong Tso Lake has started. Colonel Woon Kian said the disengagement was in accordance with consensus reached by both sides during military commander level talks. The prosecutors on Wednesday aimed to preemptively rebut arguments that Trump's lawyers have indicated are central to their defense. In at times emotional testimony, impeachment managers methodically pieced together the 6th January attack on the Capitol. The previously unreleased security footage revealed how rioters, including some in body armor, violently breached the building and sought out those who had gathered to certify the election results. Senators sat through the first day of evidence with lead prosecution manager Jamin Raskin arguing Trump was no innocent bystander to the violence, having praised, encouraged, and cultivated it for months. Delegates Tassi Plaskett, presenting evidence, argued that the former president had deliberately encouraged the violence and put a target on the backs of senior figures, including his own vice president. Despite the strong footage, several Republican senators said they had not changed their minds. The House is continuing its case on Thursday, with Trump lawyers to launch their defense by week's end. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching TOS News 360. Up next, business and sports. Right. You're watching TOS News 360. Now in business, the Senate on Thursday summoned the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, and Director General of the Security Exchange Commission, Lamido Yuguda, over the decision of the CBN to ban the use of cryptocurrency in the country. The decision was taken following a motion by Senator Estefanos Gyang and Tokunbo Abiru, titled CBN Decision to Stop Financial Institutions from Transacting in Cryptocurrencies and Matters Arising Therefrom. The CBN Governor and Director General of the SEC are expected to brief the panels on the opportunities and threats of the cryptocurrency on the nation's economy. The Senate President Ahmed Lawan asked the joint committees to listen to Emefiele and Yuguda and submit their report for the consideration of the Senate in plenary within 2 weeks. The federal government of Nigeria is owing to the Central Bank of Nigeria a whopping sum of about 10 trillion naira, approximately $25 billion. This is according to the Director General of the Debt Management Office, Patience Oniha. She mentioned this at an ongoing Zoom meeting with investors and analysts. According to her, the debt will be converted into bonds by the CBN, perhaps ending one of the longest borrowing sprees on record from the CBN Ways and Means. In the debrief session, Oniha explained that the government's borrowing via Ways and Means could no longer be sustained, leading to the decision to convert the loans into bonds. In 2020, the government borrowed about 2.9 trillion naira from the CBN via Ways and Means to fund a budget deficit of about 6.1 trillion naira. At a 10 trillion naira balance, Patience Oniha's comment suggests that the CBN has been funding Ways and Means since 2015. Moving on to sports, FIFA President Gianni Infantino said in an interview with AFP on Thursday that he strongly backed an expanded Club World Cup tournament as a way of boosting international competition between clubs. We are focusing on world competition in the Club World Cup, for example, to have not only one club present from each confederation, but more participation because we need to boost club football all over the world, he said in Doha. Infantino did not say on Thursday when the new Club World Cup format might begin, but we have already decided that the new Club World Cup will be featuring 24 teams from all different continents, he said. We will still have to find the right slot for the new Club World Cup within 24 teams. It's obviously not an easy challenge in this period where everything is congested anyway. If we need to wait 1 year longer, then we will do that, he said. And that is TOS News 360 on your digital first Pan-African News Network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Do follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS TV Network. I'm Musa Azeh. It's excellent. Thanks for watching.
But we as a continent